10,000 subscriber special. I'm going to do a tier list of every single villain I have reviewed. If you have no idea what I'm talking about because it's your first time here, go look at the playlist. We have to go fairly fast because there's over 150 of them. So let's just get right into it. Okay, starting off, we're going to go in chronological order. Starting off with Tai Lung, definitely S tier, one of the best villains I've done. Probably my favorite villain from Kung Fu Panda. He's great. Start off with the twins from Breaking Bad. That's like a C tier villain, if I'm being honest, right? They're cool. I enjoy them. C tier is like an average villain. They're cool. Speaking of C tier, I'm going to put Pagan Min up in there too, okay? Pagan Min, one of the weaker Far Cry villains, aside from the twins. Ramses, I'm going to put him in E tier. I don't like him. Same thing with Hans. I don't like Hans either. He's just a lame twist villain. I don't like him very much. The Trinity Killer is great. He's like the first, I think he's the first villain who I did from a comment, and I really liked him. I'm gonna put him in A tier. It's so weird talking about these villains. I talked about him 3 years ago. Yzma's cool. I'm gonna put her in B tier. Hilarious. Eartha Kitt, shout out. Jason, I rated Jason too low in my initial review, okay? I'm gonna put Jason in B tier. I gave him like a 6 or something like that, but he's a lot better than that. The Nazgul's fine. I'll put Nazgul in D tier actually because C tier is a little too high. Nazgul's not a super important villain in Lord of the Rings, but they're still cool. B tier, I'm putting the Wet Bandits. I like the Wet Bandits. I feel good about that. Boba Fett's such a weird character because when I made this review, I didn't like Boba Fett that much, and then they made him cool in Mandalorian, and then they made him lame again in the Boba Fett show. C tier, D tier seems too low. C tier, Titan, I like Titan. I got a lot of hate for saying I sympathize with him. I'm going to put him in A tier. I like Titan. Arkham Knight is a C tier villain, I think. He's just Red Hood, if we're being honest. But Red Hood I'll put in B, because Red Hood, the origin is a lot more unique, and it's a lot more, it doesn't feel as contrived as the Arkham Knight, so I like that. Steppenwolf, F. The first Steppenwolf, he's awful. John Doe, S. John Doe's great. Immortan Joe, he's a D tier villain. He's no one's favorite part of that movie. No one watches that movie because they're like, hell yeah, I love Immortan Joe. Koba is fantastic. I'm going to put Koba in A tier. OG Pennywise, I'll put in B. Tim Curry, the GOAT. Jim Carrey, two awesome villains back to back. I'll put him in B tier too. Jim Carrey's Robotnik is fantastic. Higgs from Death Stranding, he didn't get enough to do, but I still like Higgs. I'm going to put him in C. Then we have Doomfist from Overwatch. That guy's whack. Put him in E tier. That was like, when I was doing him, I scratched that. When I did the review on him, I only did it because someone commented. And at that point in my channel's history, I was just doing every villain that was commented because I only had like 50 subscribers. So I kind of had to, but he's cool. Smaug, I'm so pissed that one got copyright claimed, but I like Smaug a lot. I'll put him in. I'll put Smaug in A tier. I like Smaug. Mark Hamill's Chucky, I really like. The movie itself, say what you will, I like Mark Hamill's Chucky as a villain. Handsome Jack, he's in S tier. He's one of my favorite video game villains ever. He's fantastic. And then we have General Grievous. That's a C tier villain. The coolest part is that he has 4 arms with the lightsabers, but then he just loses his arms like right away. That kind of sucks. Scarecrow from Arkham, I'll put in B. I like him. Jafar, a little disappointing. If I recall correctly, I'll put him in C tier. Yeah, Jafar's a little disappointing. Barbossa, though, Barbossa slaps, dude. I'm going to put Barbossa in A tier. Big Barbossa fan, this guy right here. Okay, I like that guy a lot. The Armitage family from Get Out, I feel good with B tier. Lazarevich, I do not like him. Put him in E. Lazarevich, you suck. Admiral Zhao is fine. C tier, kind of a whatever villain. David from The Last of Us is cool though. I'll put him in B tier. The Lipstick Demon from Insidious, one of the best, if not the best jump scare of all time. He's a cool villain, right? That's classic. I'll put him in A tier. Yeah, I like him. But that's too high. He's not up with Koba. Never mind, put him in B tier. Oogie Boogie, he's a B tier villain. What's this guy's name? Professor Quirrell. He's fine. I'll put him in D tier. He's fine. Mr. Voice was another really cool villain who I had no idea existed. He was from a comment. I liked him a lot. He's a lot of fun. That whole game was fun. Hella's cool. Put Hella in B tier. The Governor I like a lot. He's probably A tier. he represents like a very special time in Walking Dead for me. You know, back when the show was just awesome. I think the show kind of like died with Governor, if I'm being honest. Thoughts? Ryan Howard was kind of just a joke villain review. I'll put him in C tier. That was kind of just a fun one. Ajax is awful. I'm gonna put him in F. No. King Ghidorah is cool. I'll put King Ghidorah in B tier also. Let me move those around a little bit. Hexus is unique for sure. I'll put Hexus in C tier, but it's close, right? Toxic Love is a banger of a song, but he's just not in the movie besides that. Is that Megatron? D tier. Not a big Megatron fan from the movies. Same thing with Miraz from Narnia. Frank Fontaine. I like him. I'll put Frank in A tier. Yeah, Frank's cool. Same thing with Shen. Shen's an A tier for sure. Shen's a really cool villain. Rexy from Jurassic Park. Not really a villain. Kind of a villain, if we're being honest. I like Rexy in C tier. That seems fair. Reaver is probably a B tier villain. Reaver was cool from Fable. Another good commented villain. Shout out to whoever suggested Reaver. And I'll put Cesar Romero's Joker in A tier too. And that was my first year of villain review, right? The first 50. And I think that's a pretty good bunch. And then we have Calvin Candy, who's an S tier. Great villain. I don't know if he's a 10. I kind of regret giving him a 10 if I'm being honest. But I'm cool with it. He's still a fantastic villain. I'll put Nox in A tier. One of my favorite villains who someone has suggested from the comments. Nox is really cool. I know I shouldn't have listened to the American dub, the English dub, but it's fine. It's in the past. Knack, the Weasel or something like that, E tier. That was a weird one. Joffrey, I love. Put Joffrey in A tier. Kyuubi, I'll put in B tier. Kyuubi was cool. Lord Blackwood, yeah, he was cool. I'll put him in B tier. And then we have Shepard from Modern Warfare. I'll put Shepard in C. You know, not too crazy about Shepard. Jaws, I'll put in B tier. Jaws is classic. Jaws is iconic. But it's just a shark. It doesn't talk that much. Killian, I totally forgot his name. Killian was cool. Put Killian in B tier. Actually, I don't know. Was Killian cool? I'll put Killian in C. I'm sorry. Spies in Disguise fans, I'm sorry. Jack Frost was kind of goofy. I'll put him in C. Lee Woo Jin, I don't think I appreciated the first time I reviewed him. I'll put him in A tier. I thought he was cool. That movie's good. The doll guy, what's his face? Jigsaw's cool. Put Jigsaw in B tier. Virgil from Devil May Cry, C tier. I feel confident there. Thrax is a really cool villain, and it's one of my most viewed videos, but I feel like Thrax is good in B tier. Master Cyclonus. Some people got mad at me in this video for not liking her that much, but I still, C tier seems fine for her, yeah. Monokuma was great. I might put him in S tier. I'll put him in A tier. Monokuma was great though. Awesome suggestion too. Homelander, S tier, one of the best villains I reviewed. One of the best villains who's around right now, just on TV in general. Mr. Negative was fine. D tier, yeah. Frankenfurter, I feel good about A tier. Gideon, I'll put in B tier. Mads Mikkelsen's Hannibal, I'll put in S tier. I love him. The White Witch, mid, C tier. Raul Silva, I'll put in S tier. Fantastic villain. The guy from Skylanders Chaos, D tier, not the biggest fan. Snyder Cut, Steppenwolf is better, but still not good. I'll put him in C. And we have Jenner. Jenner was cool. Put Jenner in B tier. I think so. Spinel was great. Spinel was awesome. Another awesome villain that someone suggested to me. I thought Spinel was cool. Alex Mercer, wasn't a fan. It's D tier. Krampus, D tier also. The Lich is great. The Lich is a fantastic villain. Put the Lich in A tier for sure. Rasputin is a C tier villain. Cloud Frollo is awesome though. Put him in A. Long John Silver, I'll put in B. Doofenshmirtz, also kind of a joke review. I'll also put in B. The freaking Sharptooth, fine. I'll put D tier, honestly. D tier. Sorry, not sorry. Makarov is fine, C tier. Lucius Malfoy is cool. I'll put him in B tier. He's not cool, actually, but he's just, he's a cool villain. Ultron, I think, is underrated. A tier seems too high, though. A tier seems too high. B tier for Ultron. Rattlesnake Jake is cool. Again, like high B Oof. Yeah, I'll go high B tier for Rattlesnake Jake. Ozai, overrated, honestly. I'll put Ozai in C tier. Clud, C tier. Radigan's cool. I'll put Radigan in B tier. Bill Cipher's awesome. One of the best parts of Gravity Falls, A tier for sure. Enchantress, you suck. I'll put you in E tier. Spinosaurus, D tier also. All these dinosaur characters in Jurassic Park franchise just didn't really do it for me. Bucky, Winter Soldier is like prime. Oh, do I put Bucky in A tier? I don't think he's as good as everyone else there. I'll put him in B tier. Rafe from Uncharted, a cool villain, but not all that. Put him in B tier. Chang, B tier 2. Really cool villain. He's only a villain for like half a season. Omni-Man's cool. Omni-Man, I might put in A tier. I like that for Omni-Man, actually. Jack Nicholson's Joker, I'm going to put in S tier. He's great. Awesome. All right, and that's our second 100. And now we have the last 54 up until last week's. Yellow Jacket, frat boy douchebag. I don't like him. I'll put him in E tier. Don't like him that much. I have just a picture of Faith, but she represents all the siblings from Far Cry 5. I'll put her in C. Put them. Facilier is great. Put him in A tier. Jack Torrance, I think, is an S tier villain. Shout out to 2 Jack Nicholson villains back to back. Menendez is a B tier villain. Same with Mr. Freeze from the animated series. Really cool though. Shredder's cool. I like Shredder, but I'll put him in B tier. Hades. Oh, I might put Hades in A tier. Yeah, I really like Hades. The original Ghostface is B tier for sure. Micah, damn you, Micah. I'm put you in B tier. Doc Ock, S tier. Doc Ock's great. Love Doc Ock. The Indominus is definitely better than Sharptooth and Spinosaurus. I'll put Indominus in C tier. Hans Gruber is a B tier villain. Is that a hot take? Plankton, I'll put in A tier, honestly. Plankton's cool, you know? He's got the origin. He's hilarious. He's got some good scenes. I like Plankton. Agent Smith is A tier. I feel good about that. Hopper's cool. I'll put Hopper in B tier. The Beast is cool. I'll put the Beast in B tier. Baldur's great. Baldur's A tier for sure. So excited for Ragnarok. Silco is B tier. Little overrated, in my opinion. Kingpin's S tier. One of the best villains I've reviewed. Love Kingpin. This Jabron from Big Hero 6 is D tier. Not the biggest fan. The Horned King, a little overrated too. I'll put Horned King in C tier. Ramses is so good. Ramses is such a good villain. Put him in S tier. The Xenomorph, I like in A tier. Mechagodzilla is alright. Put him in C tier. Tuco's cool. I like Tuco. I like A tier for Tuco. Ego. I like A tier for Ego too. An underrated Marvel villain. Ego's cool. Davy Jones is also A tier. Another good villain. Bowler Hat Guy, I was disappointed with, not gonna lie. Revisiting him, I was disappointed. He belongs in C tier. Looking at everyone else there, he belongs there. Ares was cool. Not in it that much, but Ares is cool. I got a soft spot for Ares. Put Ares in C tier. The Riddler is A tier. He's a textbook A tier villain. Clayton, I don't like that much. I might put Clayton in D tier. Not a big fan. Kai is a B tier villain. Definitely the weakest of the Kung Fu Panda villains. Zabuza's cool. Put him in C tier. Voss, fucking love Voss. Voss is great. He's an S tier villain. Constance is cool. Constance is, but I don't know if they're like A tier cool, you know? I'm gonna put Constance in B tier. I'm literally running, I'm off the screen, and I'm still running out of room. What the hell, dude? Who was this guy's name's Toffee? Toffee's fine. C tier. Rumpelstiltskin's cool. I'll put Rumpelstiltskin in B tier. Taskmaster, no. No, Taskmaster, no. Freddy is an A tier villain. I like Freddy a lot. Wanda, C tier. Let's be honest, C tier. Yeah, she's C tier. Mother Gothel is B tier. Not quite A tier, I don't think. Same with my man Vecna is B tier. The Grabber, I love the Grabber. Great villain. I'll put the Grabber in A tier. Orm, Prince Orm, I'll put him in C. The Indoraptor is D. Not the biggest fan. Fucking Lalo, dude. Hell yeah. Love Lalo. Vulture's A tier. Vulture's underrated as heck. Prince Charming is whack, E tier. Mark Hamill's Joker is an S tier, of course. I love Mark Hamill's Joker. I'm gonna put Gore in A tier too. I'm a big fan of Gore. Ursula was overrated. Ursula was way overrated. When I did my review of her, I was like pretty disappointed. Going into that, I thought she was like as good as Scar and Frollo, but no, she's like a C tier villain. If we're being honest here, guys, it's just a fact. Lady D's C tier also, and running off last week's Lord Business, I like him in B tier. All right, that's the list. It's a lot of villains, man. Am I gonna do this again in 3 years? I don't know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for 10,000 subscribers. That's a lot of villains. I've done this 150 times, bro. What the hell, dude? Please subscribe if you want. If not, that's fine, man. Live your life. Bye.